Hello, thanks for tuning in. This is another video on the subject of conspiracy theories and conspiracy theorists. I made a video yesterday, I posted it, and for my channel it got the most number of views that I've had so far. Most of my videos only get like between 6 and 10 views, and I've had 200 views on my conspiracy theory video. And I think, to be honest with you, with the number of likes which I got, which was 1, and probably 100 dislikes, I think it's fair to say the vast majority of the people who viewed my video so far have been conspiracy theorists. Okay, so let's just to say, first of all, I've closed comments down, not only on this video but on the previous video. The reason for that is that I haven't got time to get into debates with people about conspiracy theories, and I'm the kind of person that if people leave comments on my channel, I will read them and I will respond to them. I've run 2 businesses. I'm a very busy person. I haven't got time. I've got time to make this video, but I haven't got time to engage with people on conspiracy theories. So what I'm going to do is, in this video, just to save some time, I'm going to engage with some of the points that were raised. So first of all, let me just start by saying that I don't say that all conspiracy theories are false. No, that's wrong. What I say is that for those conspiracy theories that have been presented to me, I'm not convinced by the evidence that has been put forward. For all the conspiracy theories that have been put to me, I've looked at the claims, I've looked at the reasoning, I've gone out, I've done the research, and I've been able to debunk all of the claims and the reasonings. So I don't believe in any of the conspiracy theories that have been presented to me. Now, as for Pizzagate, which somebody mentioned and said this is the worst time you could have put out this video because of Pizzagate, well, and the Epstein files, I never said anything in my video about Pizzagate, and I never said that every single conspiracy theory is untrue. If a conspiracy theory is confirmed by evidence which is released, then of course I will just simply say, well, that seems to be correct. And if it turns out that the Americans, shall we say, faked the moon landings and admit to that and say, yep, we faked the moon landings, this is how we did it, we're sorry, but we were in a Cold War and we felt we had to, and we wanted to boost the morale of the population. Well, dang, I'll have to say I'm wrong. But I'm not convinced by the moon hoaxing, the faked moon landing claims. I'm not convinced by them because basically all of the evidence, the Van Allen belt and all the rest of it, we didn't have the technology, we couldn't have done it. I'm not convinced by any of it. I think we had the technology, it was primitive compared with what we have today, but I mean, that Apollo rocket was one heck of a rocket, and I do believe that they actually did it based on obviously all the evidence which exists. So yeah, Pizzagate, I never mentioned Pizzagate, and apart from that, everything that's come out in Pizzagate is not remarkable. I mean, this is something we've known about for a while, since ever since Epstein was arrested, and then Ghislaine Maxwell, etc. We've known that there possibly have been figures that have been protected, that there may have been some kind of ring, and you know, I think that there's more being made of this than is really warranted. For example, somebody said to me, oh yeah, it's all coming out about Epstein's ties with the Catholic Church. Well, I went up and I researched on that, and I found that at the time when Pope Benedict was being either leaving or coming out, I can't remember what it was, but the papacy was changing hands, and Epstein had said, I think this is a good thing or this is a bad thing. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was only an email to somebody commenting on this, and it was really a very little consequence. And somebody said, oh yeah, the Catholic Church are implicated as well in the Epstein files, etc. People make a lot more of a detail like that than is really warranted, and this is quite common with conspiracy theorists. You know, they'll take a grain of something and try to turn it into a desert, but no, there's nothing remarkable in the Epstein files so far, frankly. You know, if it turns out that Clinton and all the rest of them were involved in this, and I mean, big deal. It's that's not remarkable at all. And it wasn't only conspiracy theorists that were saying this. I mean, I think I was probably saying it as well when Epstein was arrested and it came out about Prince Andrew. I said, well, there are probably others and they've maybe got evidence, but they're keeping it quiet. I'm not even a conspiracy theorist, so no. Nobody's vindicated by the Epstein files at all. It's really all quite predictable. Okay, yeah, the Great Reset. I mentioned the Great Reset. I don't believe in it. What I meant by that was I don't believe in the conspiracy theories which have been related to the Great Reset. I'm not talking about the World Economic Forum and their plans for the Great Reset in the wake of COVID and everything else, and regarding the world economy. No, I'm talking about conspiracy related to it. Okay, we've had a flat earther on, or somebody says, oh, I'm not a flat earther, but I don't believe in 8 inches per mile squared. That's wrong. It's proven it's wrong. No, it's not proven it's wrong. I don't know where you get that from. Maybe a conspiracy theorist has proven that it's wrong. Somebody who's got no credentials in science whatsoever. But it is approximately 8 inches per mile squared. And that's why we've got curvature. And then the claim was, well, we can see further than we should be able to. And no, that's not true either. I'm 6 feet tall. The distance to the horizon for me from sea level is 3.25 miles. There's a bit of a fluctuation in that, but not much of a fluctuation. And yeah, no. I mean, I've sat with a pair of binoculars looking out to sea where the ships go out, and I've actually watched ships go down over the horizon, and they do it exactly in a way that one would expect. Bottom first, top last. And I've looked out to sea with very powerful binoculars, and ships which are maybe, if a ship is 50 miles out to sea, by non-globe Earth claims, we should be able to see it with binoculars. We can't. And we can't see it because the curvature of the Earth is too much. And the distance to the horizon is about 3.25 miles for me, or depending on how tall you are or where you're standing, what you're standing on. So, no, I'm sorry. And we've had other people commenting, yeah, I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, but flat earth is nonsense. Okay, well, do me a favour next time. If you see any comments on my channel and people talking about flat earth and how you can see further than one would expect, you sort them out, will you? Because I don't have the time to deal with this science denial. Okay, in fact, flat earth is the one conspiracy theory which I say is untrue. It's the only one which definitively I'm convinced 100% is untrue. Chemtrails. Okay, look, I know about cloud seed. My mum in the 70s was telling me, oh yeah, you know, they can drop something into the clouds and make it rain. I didn't believe her at the time. Well, it's not that I didn't believe her. I thought, wow, that's amazing. That's not what we're talking about. When we talk about chemtrails, we're not talking about that. We're talking about something else. So when you say, oh, they've emitted chemtrails, no. I mean, we know about cloud seed already. That's something different. Chemtrails are trying to cover up the dome by crisscrossing contrails across the sky, which is an absolutely ludicrous idea. It would take thousands of aeroplanes to do that, or that poisons are being dumped into the atmosphere. I don't believe any of that's true. Mexico, aliens. Thousands of artifacts prove that aliens are a real thing. Really? Well, I went to research this one, and it's amazing how much like the Greys that a lot of these artifacts and the inscriptions on them look like. And scientists have dismissed, they found some sort of humanoid type things, which they've never surrendered to the scientific community. And the world of science has said it just looks like mummified humans. And as for the artifacts, these haven't been surrendered either. And, you know, they look to me like just like a hoax. I mean, anybody could do it. You could get some wood, you could get some people whittling away and making these things. And, you know, it's easy to do these. I mean, that is a hoax. I don't believe that the moon is a hoax. Moon landings are a hoax, but I believe that's a hoax. But some of you gullible people out there believe it. Well, just like you believe in ancient aliens building the pyramids, don't you? Okay. Yeah, confirmation bias. This is a problem. Confirmation bias. People get conspiracy theories into their heads. It's sensational. It's more interesting than the banal world that we live in. I can understand why you would find it attractive to believe these things, but it doesn't make it true, does it? Sensationalism. It's a lot more sensational that it wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald that killed Kennedy. It's too boring. It's too banal. Let's have a conspiracy theory. Let's get the juices going. And, you know, it's a much more interesting world where there are sinister skullduggery going on behind the scenes. So, yeah, let's buy into some of these conspiracy theories. And consequently, instead of really doing independent research and looking at pros and cons, people arguing for and against and weighing it up. You're just reading one side of the story. And it's the reason my friend who said to me, look, I know that the stars in the sky are artificial, they're fixed. I know that because when I was born 50 years ago, the constellations look the same as they do today. Can you believe that any intelligent person would make such a statement when, if you'd only Googled why do the constellations look the same as 100 years ago, yeah, it's because of the distances, hundreds of millions of light years away. It takes millions of years for the constellations to change. And if you went back 5,000 years, they would probably look the same. But if you went back 5 million years, yeah, they would look different. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. Yeah, I mean, people have accused me of following the official narrative. No, it's not a case of that. I mean, claims are made. A lot of the time, the claims are made on the news are not interesting. There's been another terrorist bomb that exploded. Yeah, I mean, that's plausible. I mean, that happens. We know that it happens. I mean, why would I have to go and research and doubt that? Of what consequence is it? That the Americans perpetrated the biggest hoax in history with the moon landings. Yeah, that's remarkable. That is remarkable. That is something that if I see that reported, I would have to go and research, which I have done. But other news stories, it depends. I mean, I didn't take the vaccine because I had a stake in it. I mean, a vaccine was going to be put into my veins. I decided to go out and do the research. And it's not that I believe there's any conspiracy going on, but the narrative very much in the BBC and other news organisations was that we all had to take the vaccine because we're all at risk. We don't want to spread the virus around. I did the research. I found that for me, I'm a healthy person, not too old, not really at great risk if I do get COVID. And the vaccine's fairly new. And I thought, I know, I'll take a chance on it. I decided not to have the vaccine. And there we are. I'm fine. But all the people I know who've had the vaccine, they're fine as well. This prediction 2 years ago that a conspiracy theorist made to me that hundreds of thousands will be dying from the vaccine in due course. Well, it's not happening yet, is it? And when it does, if it does happen, again, I'll come on and eat humble pie. But everybody seems to be doing quite well. And this claim that the world population is going to be reduced with the COVID vaccine doesn't seem to be happening. The population is going up and up and up, and it keeps going. Right, okay, well, that's all for now. So yeah, sorry, no comments. Haven't got time to deal with them. I'm too busy. And I know that some of you guys are not too busy. That's why you probably spend all your time on the dark web reading about all your conspiracy theories. And you've got plenty of time to sit down, keyboard warriors that you are, tapping out your nonsense. But I haven't got time to deal with it. So go and tap it somewhere else. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.